Welcome back. This is Ethical Adulthood with me, Andrea Fiando, and today we're discussing the fifth capacity: acting without guarantees, innocence, or certainty. After certainty collapses, after repair becomes necessary, after power becomes visible, and after grief is no longer avoidable, we're still left with the question. This is not about having confidence in your ideas about yourself or your ideas about the world. This is about functioning ethically in a world that offers no guarantees, whether you come in confident or not. Before certainty collapses, action, it's scaffolded by beliefs in things like, God will reward us. Justice will prevail. Suffering leads somewhere better. Or things will work out if I just do everything right. After certainty collapses, those assurances are gone. I know, I'm so sorry. Don't think I didn't cling to my certainty and my assurances until just a few minutes ago. So now action becomes quieter, provisional, and deliberate. We act without knowing whether our action will help, whether it will be sustainable, whether it will be recognized, or whether it will even matter in the long run. We act anyway. So let me spell out what this capacity is not talking about. Acting without guarantees is not resigning ourselves to what is. Now that's perfectly fine when you are sitting in meditation. Allowing everything to be as it is a perfect stance when one is in meditation. But meditation is a capacity we haven't covered here. Acting without guarantees is not nihilism. It's not withdrawing into a cave. And it's not the idea that morals are relative. Ethical action here is not grandiose. It's not that once-in-a-lifetime thing we're going to be able to do. It's not something we can write a novel around. It's often the opposite. Small, repeatable, and unspectacular. When our certainty has fallen away, intention can no longer carry the moral weight it once did. And neither can outcomes. The ethical standard now is, how does what we do affect the relationship that I'm in? And how does it affect my own internal coherence? And is this action repeatable? And is it ours to do? We do what reduces harm. We do what preserves dignity. We do what we can stand behind, even if it fails. Not because it will work, but because it is ours to do. One of the hardest losses after certainty collapses is innocence. We can no longer hide behind, I didn't know. I meant well. I was just following the rules. Everyone else is doing it. Action now requires ownership. And here's where the adulthood part shows up. We act knowing we may be wrong. We act knowing we may need to repair. We act knowing that we may need to stop. Ethical adulthood is not clean. It is iterative. This is why restraint matters more than our righteousness. Without guarantees, righteousness becomes dangerous. People who believe they are on the right side are more likely to escalate fear, justify harm, override other people's rights, and ignore valuable feedback. This framework, therefore, favors restraint over certainty. Restraint looks like acting locally rather than universally. Restraint looks like refusing to export your pain. It looks like stopping when you can see that the impact is worsening. And restraint looks like remaining corrigible or answerable to the felt reality of what our stance is doing. Restraint is not weakness. It's the discipline that comes with the power associated with ethical adulthood. Now I want to talk a little bit about acting in the presence of grief and power. After grief has entered our world, action must respect that loss without trying to redeem it. After the workings of power are shown to us, action must account for asymmetry without dramatizing it. That means we do not demand closure. We do not insist on hope. We do not require gratitude. And we do not force reconciliation. We act in ways that remain ethical, even if nothing improves. That is the new bar. The kind of hope this framework allows can't really be called optimism. It's not faith. It's fidelity. We stay faithful to the current reality as it unfolds, and to our responsibility within it, to the limits of our reach, and to the dignity of others. We keep showing up, not because it will be rewarded, but because abandoning our internal coherence would cost more. So what does this look like in practice? Well, it often looks like continuing to tell the truth without any certainty that it will land. It looks like repairing again and again without being assured it will stick. It looks like using power carefully, even when we could get away with not doing so. It looks like carrying grief without letting it harden us, and choosing actions we would recognize as ethical even if no one ever knew. We are no longer requiring applause. No arc. No guarantee. A question that will ground us before we move. If nothing improves and no one thanks me, can I still stand behind what I am about to do? If yes, even tentatively, this capacity is present. And this brings me to the end. These are the 5 capacities. They don't make life safe. Lives can look like once the certainty scaffolding is gone. Thank you for your time and attention. It's so precious. I'll see you next time.